So I need to make some repairs on this mirror, and I need to do that by taking some moulds. I'm going to use this silicone putty. This is a 50-50 mix. So you weigh it out, you squidge it together and you press it on, and this is fast. So within a few minutes I can peel it out. So let's get on and do that then. Mix ratio by weight 1:1, okay. Right, so I'm going to weigh this out so I can be really accurate. Right, I'm going to go 50 grams, and then 50 grams of this. One's coloured so that you can see when you've mixed. Now this is fast, it's only 2 to 3 minutes, and that also might be temperature dependent. If you're in a hot room it might go quicker, I don't know, but it might do. So I don't want to mix a really big amount at once, so I've just got 100 grams there. Right, that's ready. So I want this little run of decoration. I have picked out all the old restoration that was in there. Try to make it as crisp as I can, and I'm just pressing it down, trying not to get any air bubbles. Right, what else do I need? I need some of this. So that's the repeat, so it's not very big. Oh, it's already stiffening up. This is really fast. I think I mixed too much up. I'm just going to see if I can get some of these balls as well. And that's almost gone now. That's really stiff. That wasn't 3 minutes. Not sure I like that. Anyway, so mix smaller bits. Right, so I am going to have to do little bits at a time because those 2 bits went off really fast. You'd think they'd make these pots so you could put your hand in. That's a bit annoying. You just can't get your hand in. Right, 40. Right, I'm going for 40 grams each, so 80 total. Okay, so positive so far. It mixes really easily. This is a 2 kilo kit. You can get smaller. You can get a 1. I think you can get a 500 gram, and you can get much bigger. But I just thought I'd try it out, so this is what I've got. And I do get through it quite a bit. It mixes really well, I'm pleased with that, but you really don't have much working time. Right, I've got one section here that is totally, what I mean by a section is a repeat. The pattern repeats itself, so you find the repeat and that's the bit you need to mould. You need to really press it down because you don't want any air bubbles. There we go, I think I've gone a bit further than the repeat, but that's fine. Oh, I do need some of this. There you go, it's just starting starting to stiffen up, so yeah, not much working time at all. That 2 to 3 minutes, I don't think it has. It's 20 degrees in the workshop, so it's not terribly warm, is it? Right, that's all I need to repair. I'd quite like to have this medallion because I don't have that. So I'm going to take a mould of that just for my collection. Right, I've left it about 10 minutes. Probably didn't need that. It's already absolutely solid. There's no real movement in that. There's a little bit, but it's not soft. So let's see if we've got a good mould. What I'm wanting is this to be really crisp. I need all the detail in there. This is so fine. It's even picked out the little cracks in the compo, so that's really good. I'm pleased with that. I'm going to be able to put some compo in and test it that way. I think it's fairly firm, so that's good. It's quite thin. It's probably 7mm thick. Yeah, it's really flexible, but there isn't much of a bounce in it, so that's really good. I think this is going to be a good silicone putty to use. I just can't make big moulds from it because it goes off too fast. But for little moulds like this, these balls when you just need a few, or this little bit here where you've just got a tiny bit missing, yeah, that's going to be great. So this is the one for me, just to keep my mould collection going. Yeah, I've got a little fold there, that's not good, but the rest of that's okay. So it hasn't got all this here, and it was, when I remember, and it's also got a join line there, this was getting really stiff. So obviously it doesn't make a good mould when it's really, I mean that was only like 2 minutes after mixing, so, and it was because I was faffing around moving the cameras, but look, yeah, it hasn't even gripped that. So yeah, I can't use that, so I'm going to remould that. But that, I'm really pleased with that. That's great. And that was just after I'd mixed it, so lesson learnt, don't faff around with cameras for YouTube. Right, so the next test for this silicone putty is how well it takes compo. So let's try this one. Right, so this compo has now hardened off enough to be peeled out the moulds. Yep, pleased with that. That's a really nice mould. Casting, sorry, not mould. That's the mould, that's the casting. Right, this is the one I want to see because this is really fine detail. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. That's going to work really well. So as you can see, they're really, really flexible at the moment, all these compo pressings out. So I'm going to let them harden up, then I'll be able to trim them. But I think I'm going to stop the video here, and so the next video will be what I do with these and how I attach them to the frame. So I hope that was of use. You can see how quick and simple it is to make a mould. Much, much cheaper than the silicone that I use, the liquid silicone. That's really expensive. Those 2 pots were about £60, which, yeah, it's quite a lot, but I can save these moulds and use them in the future if I need to. So a little bit of bonus material for all you 3 people who make it to the end of my videos. These pair of sconces has just come in, and they have some really nice little dragons. I think they're dragons, they are only wings. I've never seen anything like this on a sconce. So this is perfect for this putty silicone, because it'd be awkward to build a wall up under here and coming down, and then you're pouring silicone. It would be a nightmare because there's bound to be a hole and all your silicone would run out. So this, brilliant. You can just squidge it on and make your mould. So I'll get on with that then. From that, go right side it. Compo set now. There we go. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I had to have it.